Okay, I want to speak now about atheism and how um, people who believe think that atheists have the same approach to their lack of beliefs than they have for their beliefs. First of all, somebody who really believes is constantly challenged by the fact that there are people who do not believe the same things. I mean, it's an all-encompassing vision of the world that doesn't uh, allow for uh, freedom of thought. I mean, if you really believe you have the truth in your hands, and you are bound to think that people who don't believe the same thing are just unlucky fucks, sorry to say that, but who don't share the the common paradise that they have, the future paradise, so they tend to help other people being good in an upcoming reality. Second thing, they think that people who don't believe in a non-existence of God, which is something not real. I mean, I don't believe there is no God. I just say most of atheists, since they're very rational, for the most part, that's I think that's the main reason they are atheists. I mean, they don't have enough proof of the existence of a man-like, a human-like God, which is the only God that humans can believe for two reasons. First, because I think they made up this God, so they made up in their image. Second thing, a real all-powerful being that controls our reality wouldn't be like us. It's like comparing ants with people. You know, we cannot share. Ants cannot share the human experience. There's no way an ant can devise a super being that is far from being an ant. So, having said that, they think that we share the strong belief they have. You need strong beliefs to believe something that is so unbelievable. And like all these gods that have prophets and they perform, they have sons of their prophets and they do strange things. They wage war against population like Egyptians in favor of another population. And they think that we know for certain there's no God. The problem is not knowing for certain. The problem if we don't even think it's so important to look for something that we cannot look for. I mean, there's no way we can scientifically explore God, because maybe he's such a powerful person that wouldn't even allow us to look for him. And since he hasn't given real proof of his existence, real proof, I'm not speaking about all this mumbo jumbo, these Bibles and holy books that contradict each other. But I think that our problem is that we don't know for certain that there is no nothing after our death. There's no somebody behind all that. It's just that it's irrelevant since we cannot speak to him. He doesn't want to speak to us, obviously, and at the end of the day, if he doesn't want to be bothered, why should we bother looking for him? So it's basically like, well, if there is, good for us, we'll live eternally. I don't think he will hold against us for giving us minds and then not using them. I mean, believing whatever we want to believe just because we were born in a culture that is Christian, a nation that is Christian, rather than Islam or in Hindu. So most of the time we can argue that yes, there's no freedom in religion. You just believe what you've been told since you were born. Can be society, can be your family if you live in a Muslim family in a Christian country, or vice versa. So basically, we are doomed. If there is a real God, and it's one of these gods that other people believe in, all the other people are basically doomed, and all this, the bigger the punishment, less likely you're going to be caught. I mean, sometimes they just know they cannot get criminals, so since they cannot get, the only dissuasion they can apply is making the punishment more harsher, and that is what religion does: eternal punishment. You cannot have eternal punishment for not believing in God. We're having with no evidence for just the time of the life. This is cruel and inhuman, and that's against the whole idea of God. So basically, we are not so passionate about the non-existence of God. So you are passionate about the fact that God exists, and this, sorry if I use this metaphor, this light is giving me hell. Just a second. I cannot reach it. Oh, now there's no light at all. So basically, I can coexist with people who believe in God without being challenged so much. So I have a girl, let's say a girl, we're not girls or boys anymore, who I'm dealing with, and well, we are middle of the road between being just friends or something more. That's another story. And she has problems with me being an atheist. I'll tell you that I have no problem. I mean, yes, I do. It's not such a big problem for me that she believes. I'm not challenged by the fact that she uses Christian religion expression, which many languages are riddled with. And I don't get offended if she comes up with a soul, God, eternal soul, and blessings. I just don't believe them. And well, yeah, at the end of the day, sometimes I find that kind of childish in a way. But most of atheists have been religious people before, so they can understand where those people are coming from. Somebody's going. Yes, another problem is dealing with problems without having a paternal figure we can appeal to. Anyway, that's another video for atheists. So my point is, don't think that most of atheists are so passionate about not believing in God as you are in believing in God.